Hi, this is Michael Williams, founder of the Start Speaking Training Center, and as I always say in every video, it really is a pleasure for me to share this time with you. I was talking with a client of mine the other day, and we were talking about hope. Somehow we got on the subject of hope. And I realized, helped me to realize again, how many people, perhaps you who are watching this video right now, have lost hope. You've lost hope in the possibility of living the kind of life that you want to live, of perhaps having control over your speech and not having your speech control you. Maybe you've lost hope in being able to say what you want, when you want, in the way that you want to say it. Maybe you've lost hope in being able to have the kind of quality relationships that you want, the quality career that you want. And so you feel almost trapped or controlled by this stuttering thing, or by this fear of public speaking or shyness or anything like that. And so when a person loses hope, they can become disappointed, to say the least. They can become, or they can go into a place of despair. They can just become disconnected from the rest of the world. And so hope is very, very important. And in one of the video series that I've done, the 21 Steps to Start Speaking More Smoothly and Confidently, I talked about hope in step 1 because I thought it was very, very important. So I want to go a little deeper here in this video and talk about hope, because without hope, you're probably not going to try to do anything to improve your speech, because maybe you've already tried, right? Maybe you've already done speech therapy. Maybe you've already been to psychologists and psychiatrists. Maybe you've already seen a speech pathologist. Maybe you've already tried my program. Maybe you've tried hypnotism. You've tried all kinds of different stuff. You've tried Tony Robbins. You tried everything. And somehow, and maybe some of those things actually helped for a while, and then all of a sudden there was a relapse, or it went right back to the way it was. And so I understand that. And what I'm going to do is I want to share with you 4 words that I'd like for you to reflect on and think about. And it's going to be easy for you to remember, because these words are in what I call an acrostic. That is one word beneath the other, or one word above the other. And these words spell hope. H-O-P-E. H-O-P-E. Hope. Right? So you can remember what these words mean, what they represent. And I want you to think about this, because if you reflect on these words seriously, I think it's going to help you develop hope if you don't have it already. And I have some people that share with me that they watch the videos and it's given them hope for the first time, or that they've watched the videos and they had hope and now they have more hope because they're seeing some results. And so one of the things that I want you to, is it doesn't matter whether you're using this program, this approach, speech therapy, psychiatrist, or whatever, all of those can work, but you need hope. Okay, all those can work, and all those do work for many people, but hope is very important. So let's talk about how you can get hope if you don't have it, and how you can maintain it when you do have it. So when we talk about hope, we're talking about confidence. We're talking about expectation. We're talking about a desire, something that you want to happen. And usually it's good, right? And sometimes we hope something happens bad to someone. But normally when we talk about hope, we're talking about you're hoping that something good is going to happen. Let me go a step further. Hope also has, as its object, it has a goal. It has an objective. So you're not just hoping in general, right? That's wishing. That is being optimistic. So when you're optimistic, you have generally a positive attitude, a positive outlook on life in general. But when you hope, you want something, you desire something, you expect something specific to happen, okay? And so we're going to talk about why that's so important as we work through these letters. The H in hope stands for help. Just think about this. When you believe and when you realize that you're on this earth for a purpose, or you wouldn't be here, it doesn't matter how you got here, you're here. Therefore, you're here for a reason. There's no one that's here for no reason, or else we wouldn't be here. When you think about your life and you think about, how can I help someone else? How can I help my society? How can I help my neighbors? How can I help my family? How can I help people in the world? What is it that I can do to contribute back to other people? How can I help? Right? So when you think about that, what it does is it gets you dreaming, it gets you thinking, it gives you a goal. And we'll talk about that when we talk about O. But it gets you excited as well. It gives you something to live for. It gives you something to work towards. So, and it's beyond yourself, so it's unselfish. There's nothing wrong with being selfish in a sense. There are certain selfish goals that we have. Sounds like a bad word. There's certain things we want to do for ourselves. Right? We want to feel good. We want to have certain things in life. That's okay. But we also, in addition, I'm not saying we don't want to have goals for ourselves, but we also need to have something that we're working towards that's helping other people. When you have that, you can develop and maintain a greater sense of what? Of hope. It gives you something to work towards beyond yourself. And the angels and God and the universe will come to help you and provide you with everything you need, because you are wanting to help, to give, to sow before you reap. You're wanting to give back, right? To give of yourself. So this first word is help. How can you help other people, right? Second word is very much related. It's objectives. What are your goals? What are your objectives in life? Do you have any idea what you'd like to do? Now watch this. Now some people have been limited because of their speech. They say, well, I wanted to do this, but I can't because I stutter. Or I'd like to do this, but I can't because I'm afraid that if I get in that situation, I won't be able to answer the phone, I won't be able to read, I won't be able to stand up and speak, I won't be able to do this. So they're limited because of their speech. And I understand that. I really do understand that. But what if you were an excellent speaker? What would be your objectives in life? What would be your goals? What would you want to do if you were an excellent speaker? I want to submit to you that if you start thinking about, well, what would I do if I spoke well? What that's going to do is it's going to give you something to focus on, an objective, and it's going to help you develop hope. And the reason it's going to help you develop hope takes us to our next word, which starts with P, and it stands for what? Practice. Now, before I get into that, let's do a quick review. What did the H stand for? Help, right? Help. The O, objective, goals. That is, what is it that you'd like to do with your life? How would you like to help other people? And how would you like to improve the quality of your own life and the life of your family and the lives of those around you? Your objectives, what specifically, what are they? Third, this is P, and it stands for practice. It stands for practice. What in the world? That doesn't quite fit, does it? Michael, what are you talking about, practice? All right, check this out. The reason that practice is so important here in hope is because if you believe, now watch this, if you believe that you actually can do something, that you have control, that you can get a grip on something, and if you practice it enough, it will improve eventually, then you have what? Hope, right? So if I believe that my speech is out of my control, that it's something that's subconscious, I can't control, it just hits me, I don't know what to do about it, then I lose hope. Things are hopeless, right? Do some of you feel hopeless out there? Well, if you feel hopeless, let this video give you hope, because what I'm telling you is that you can get a grip on some very specific things that can and will eventually, and I said will, yes, improve your speech. I didn't say you'll never stutter again. I didn't say that you'll be able to do it in 20 days or 15 days or even 90 days. But what I'm saying is that in a relatively short period of time, you can do certain things that will improve your speech and eventually get to a place where you're speaking well, where you're speaking smoothly, confidently, fluently, where you're in control, where you can say what you want when you want. Will you ever get stuck sometimes? Sure. Like I always say, everyone does. But you'll have such a more positive, confident attitude that it won't even bother you. You won't think about it, and it won't happen that much. Makes sense? Okay. So, practice says that there is something you can do and that you should do and that you're going to need to do over a period of time that can and will improve your speech. Therefore, you can begin to achieve some of the objectives that you set. One of those objectives will be to help other people, right? It'll be to contribute to other people. H.O.P.E, help. What can you do to help other people? Objectives. If you were an excellent speaker, what goals would you set for yourself? What objectives would you set? What could you achieve? P, if you know what to do, and I'm sharing with you in these videos, in the Pro 90D program, in my private intensive coaching, I share with you exactly what to do, okay, especially in those latter two, exactly what to do. And once you get a grip on it and you do it, you see results. Okay, as I'm working with my clients, I see results and they see results. So if you know, if I practice this, it's like if I practice playing the piano and I have to think about how I move my hands, it's very frustrating and it takes a long time and it may take me longer than other people, but if I keep practicing, eventually I'll get it. Eventually I'll get it. So once you know that you can do something about it, it gives you a sense of hope, right? You have a very specific objective that you're working for. If you look up HOPE, you'll see HOPE has a specific goal in mind. So your goal is that I'm going to practice this for as long as it takes, and I'm going to see results. I'm going to look for results. The E is very, very important. This is the one that gets most people. It's expectations. You have to have realistic expectations. Now here's what happens. Some people get charged up, watch the videos, go to a speech therapist, whatever, they're charged up, and then they haven't established realistic expectations, so then they leave and they think that, okay, well, this should be working by now, or it's been 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. This should be working to this level. I shouldn't be feeling this way. And so what happens is, okay, this isn't working. Or they see something works, and they go, hey, I enjoy that, I like that, I love that, I'm feeling better, I'm speaking well, and then there's a relapse. They go, see, I knew it, this wasn't going to work. Well, what I always tell people is that here's what's probably going to happen. Probably going to see some results immediately or instantly, and then there's going to be a dip, and there's probably going to be a relapse, and that's going to happen periodically. But each time it happens, you'll be at a higher level, right? So initially you'll see an increase, then you'll see a dip. Then when you come back up, you'll be on a higher level, and you may see dips along the way, but they'll be fewer and far between, and when they dip, you'll still be higher than what you were when you started. If you practice, if you do the things that we're sharing with you to do. So expectations have to be realistic. As I always say, it probably is going to take longer than what you thought. It's going to be harder than what you thought. As one of my clients said, I first started gangbusters, very excited, then all of a sudden I got out there, I needed to say something, I couldn't say it. Started thinking, okay, is this really going to work? Yes, it's going to work. I already told you that was going to happen, right? So you can expect that things like that may happen and probably will happen. You don't want them to happen, but you know that they're going to happen. So once you know that, you go, okay, this is a part of the process. I just have to figure out, is there something I need to adjust, or do I just need to keep practicing, keep doing what I'm doing? And often that's the end. You keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes we need to modify what we're doing. Sometimes we're not doing enough. I have people that write me and says, oh, I've been doing affirmations and really improved my speech, and then I went back and I started stuttering again, I relapsed. Well, listen, did you model anyone? Did you practice presentations? No, not really, maybe once, twice. That's why. It's not just affirmations, it's not just modeling, it's both. It's a holistic approach. You have to do both. You can't just do it once a week or for a couple of minutes. It's not going to work. So your expectations have to be set up in the beginning. They have to be realistic. If you don't know what to expect, email me and I'll tell you what to expect, because I know from personal experience and from experience with my clients. So let's look at this acrostic again. H.O.P.E. I want you to help me. Let's get you first. I want you to help me. All right, so what's the first one? The H stands for help. You look and you say, what can I do to help? Motivates you, it gives you hope. 2, what are my objectives in life? That is, if I were an excellent speaker, what would I do, right? And you have to think, okay, if I were an excellent speaker, this is what I would do. And that builds your hope. And he says, okay, the next thing I can do, if I can find something to practice on that I believe will work, that I have confidence, faith in, if I just keep practicing, I'll be able to achieve those objectives, and I'll be at a place where I can help other people. Let me just put a pin in that. Imagine if I had given up. And I know these videos are helping many people because I receive the emails. I'm sure there are some people that they're not helping, right? But I know they're helping many people. But what if I gave up years and years ago and I said, you know what, I tried this for 6 months and I'm only seeing a little bit of difference, so, you know, let me just give up. Then I would not be helping the people I'm helping. And there's people that I'm helping or that I've helped who are now helping other people, and so on and so forth. And this will happen for generations and generations to go. And I'm not special because you can help someone too. It doesn't have to be all over the world. It can be in your neighborhood, in your house, or it can be all over the world. But you have something to give where you can help people. And once you think about what that may be, it may not be crystal clear now, but you may have an idea, and you set some objectives, and then you start practicing, that is, taking control, doing the things you need to do, and set realistic expectations, right? Then you're going to be able to do it. So the H stands for help, the O, objectives, the P, what? Practice, and the E, expectations. I hope, I didn't even mean to say that, but I hope this video is inspiring. I hope it gives you hope if you don't have it. And if you do have it, I hope it solidifies, fortifies your hope to keep on going. And once again, there are many excellent programs out on the web. There are many excellent speech therapists, pathologists, psychiatrists, hypnotists out there that you may choose to use. It doesn't have to be me or this. But if you do choose my approach, then I'm going to make sure that you have that hope to keep going. You have realistic expectations, that you have those objectives, and that you achieve the things that I believe that you're capable of achieving. So, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Please, if you like this video, this is not just for people who stutter. This is public speaking. This is for everyone. Share this video, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, pin it, whatever you want to do with it. But do something with it. Like it. Give me a thumbs up. Share it. And subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. But make sure that you do something with this video. Don't just leave it there for yourself, okay? Thank you. It's Michael Williams. I'll see you in the next video.